2024 is behind the corner, so let's talk about how to make sure that your filmmaking dreams will become a reality in the year to come. Hey guys, I hope that you're enjoying your holidays, and as this will be the last video of 2023, I wanted to create something that will really bring you a lot of value. It took me a while to come up with a good idea, but then I realized that the best thing will be if I share how I prepare for the next year, and especially when it comes down to goal setting. I believe that goal setting in life or in filmmaking is extremely important because it serves as a focal point in the future. And if we can imagine that point in the future, we can suddenly start working on building a path towards it through our everyday actions. And so today I want to show you a simple method that I recently used in order to set goals for 2024. I'm using a Milanote for this process because it's my favorite platform, and I'll also leave a link in the description of this video to an empty template that you can download and copy to your own Milanote, so you can use the same template as I'm using for this 2024 goal setting. Okay guys, so this is the template in Milanote, and we're gonna start at the top. As you can see, filmmaking career goals. So I want you to think about 3 most important goals that you want to achieve in your filmmaking career in 2023. And this could be financial goals, this could be project goals, this could be YouTube goals, and so on and so forth. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm just gonna do one goal, but then when you're gonna be working on this, I want you to take much more time and really think about what you want. So let's start with goal number 1. For me, goal number 1 would be to grow YouTube, or actually, I think it would be start generating income through YouTube. And let's put a number on this. I would like to generate at least $3,000 per month at the end of 2024. Now, I'll take this one goal that I wrote and I'll work on visions and feelings of the goal 1. So here I really want you to imagine the vision and how would that feel for you to actually achieve that goal. And this is part of manifestation. So we're kind of putting ourselves into that future point at the end of 2024, and we are trying to feel how actually achieving that goal feels. So for me, the vision would be to grow to 20,000 followers, create an engaged community, close one big partnership with a brand, at least for 12 months. And I could obviously develop this more. And when I think about feelings, I would say that the feelings are being appreciated for the value I'm bringing, knowing that I'm helping people on their filmmaking journey, feeling of predictable income from YouTube, and so on and so forth. Again, I could develop on this much more. And then I would also put down some inspiration here. So if you open this board, you could start putting people that inspire you, YouTube channels that serve as an inspiration, filmmakers that serve as an inspiration. This is very open and you can basically put anything you want. It's almost like creating your own vision board here. So let's say that I would put inspiration here. So one inspiration for me is definitely Mark Bone, and I could copy his channel in the board. Another inspiration for me would be Pierre. He is a photographer, but I really love his work and I love how he does business and education. So there will be another person, and so on and so forth. Now, once you have these 3 goals written down together with the inspirations, the vision and the feelings, then you start thinking about how you can get to that goal over the next 12 months. And it basically means that you reverse engineer that goal. So looking at my goal here, which obviously would be more detailed, how can I get to where I want to be? So one step would be consistent on YouTube and focus on bringing value to my viewers on a weekly basis, right? That would be one action step. Another one would be to make sure that the stuff I put out is aligned with my personal brand. Another one could be create content that is engaging and original. Create a media kit and an offer that brands want to be a part of, and so on and so forth. Again, here you can write down the action steps that you think that you should be taking on everyday basis, on weekly basis or monthly basis, or even milestones. You know, for example, within next 6 months, I want to have 10,000 followers, or within the next 6 months, I want to close my first partnership. You would do it for each of your goals. So goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. And then once you have these written down, you actually have to figure out when are you going to work on these, because most likely you also have a job, or you also have clients that you have to work with, you have a family. So you cannot just put all of your time into these goals. But what you want to do, you want to put your deep focus hour into these goals. And deep focus hours basically are hours during the day where your brain is the most focused or the most creative. So I want you to think about it. When is the time in your day where you feel like you can really focus and get things done? Because within these hours, you have to focus on your goals. Forget client work, forget emails, and just focus on that 2024 goals. For me, these hours are from around 8 a.m. to 11, so like this. And then sometimes I also get a second kind of a juice from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So I know that every day, or ideally every day, within these hours, I want to be working on my goals. And if you have a full-time job and you can't do it, then try to do it at least once per week or twice per week. Because the amount of work that you can get done within these hours will move you forward and will help you achieve those goals in 2024. Now, how do you decide what to work on within these hours? That should come from your action steps. So first, think about the action steps that you need to do on everyday or regular basis, and then make sure that you put those action steps within those focus hours. And then once you complete those, then you can add other action steps and so on and so forth. Again, this takes some time and practice, but over time, you will figure out what works best for you. Oh, one more thing. For example, if you also need to work on projects, let's say that my goal number 2 is to get hired as a DP and I need to create a show reel for it. So show reel is a project. And what I can do is I can add board here, show reel, and then within this board, I can start working on the show reel, you know, what type of footage I want to use, what music I want to put in, and so on and so forth. And you can do this with anything, you know, you could do this with the media kit that you want to create. So you would just create a board, put a media kit, and then within that board, you can start working on your media kit. And last but not least, I want to talk about values, because I believe that even more important than goals are values, because if you will live in alignment with your values, your goals will most likely become a reality at some point. But if you break your values on your way to getting to your goals, then I can guarantee that you won't be happy with the goals that you achieved, because, as I said, you probably had to break some values on the way to get there. So think about what are your values and write them down. You know, it could be honesty. It could be working with people that I align with, you know, and saying no to jobs and to people that you don't resonate with. It could be take time to make important decisions. It could be freedom, you know, whether this is freedom of movement, freedom of working where you want to be working, and so on and so forth. So write these value downs, and then you can go back to your goals and actually think about if these goals that you wrote down are aligned with your values, and if they're not, then you probably have to adjust a little bit, or at least adjust the way that you're gonna get there. And as I said, guys, this is a quite simple template that I use this year, but you can, of course, develop on this. You know, you can add a calendar, you can add a to-do list, you can add a productivity management tool, and so on and so forth. So don't feel like you have to use this exactly the same way I did, but try to think and try to adjust it so it works the best for you and for the goals that you want to achieve. So this is how I'm using the template, and as I said, as the year goes on, you can improve it, you can take away stuff, you can add stuff, you can create boards within it, and so on and so forth. I hope that this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next Tuesday. with a new video. Peace!